Your competitors show up on Google and you don't. Look, here's the truth nobody wants to tell you. Right now, while you're watching this video, someone in your city just typed in Gutter Installation near me into Google. And guess what? All they found, not you, your competitor. Every single day, homeowners are searching for the exact service you offer. They are ready to pay, they are ready to book, but they are calling someone else because you're invisible on Google's first page. Let me show you something crazy. Last November, I spent exactly $224 to rank a Gutter website in McKinney, Texas. No fancy SEO agency, no $5,000 monthly retainer, just a simple system that works. The real cost of being invisible. Every month you're not on page one, you're losing customers, period. They are finding your competitor in the map pack. Those three businesses with the red pins on Google Map. They're getting the phone calls, they're getting the revenue. Most local businesses waste money on Google Ads because they think that's the only way, but here's what nobody tells you. You can rank organically right below the map pack for less than the cost of 1 week of ads. And I'm going to show you exactly how we did it. No fluff, no theory. Just exact strategy that generated 16 qualified leads over the course of 12 months from this website that cost less than $100 to build, and how you can replicate the same system. You can see we started this website in November of 2024, and by January 25 of 2025 we got our very first lead. So here's what happens when people search for your services online. Three sections appears on Google. The first is the sponsored section, and the second is the map pack or the Google business profile section, and then you have the organic or the building section. The sponsored section gets 25% of all the clicks, and this is where businesses like yourself is actually running ads to show up right here. A lot of competition is going on here. Google wants to make money, so they want to show the sponsored people first, the people who pay them a very good amount of money to actually show up. So they really want to serve their clients that paid these monies, so hence they show up. Yeah, it's an uphill battle if you keep paying, because the cost per click goes up. Every day new businesses spring up, so the competition is a bit fierce. Then there is this local map section that gets 65% of most of the clicks. So here's the sweet spot any local business owner really wants to be in. If you want to get most of the calls, you really should be in this spot. But if you're not as lucky as most persons, you can still be in this organic section that gets around 10% of most of the clicks. In this section right here, you still get clicks, but not as much as you have for the Google business profile. If you're watching this, probably you already have a Google business website. You have a website already, and it's sitting there collecting dust. Maybe that's the website you actually use in running ads. That website might as well bring in leads for you. And how does it bring leads? When people search for your services, you want to appear in the first top 3 positions right here, or above all in the first page of Google, first of all, for a few of the queries that you're looking for. And this was how we were able to generate 16 qualified leads over the period of 12 months. From ranking position number 1 or 2 or position number 3 for keywords like gutter contractor in the zip code. Here's our website ranking position number 1. Gutter installer in the zip code ranking position number 1. Gutter installation McKinney ranking position number 1, and way above very big companies like Yelp, ranking above Angie's List and today's homeowners. So I'm going to walk you through this website and exactly how Google was able to show them on the very top search, and the things that made it super quality, such that Google is able to now see that we're an authority in the space and rank us way above Yelp and Angie's List for most of the queries that we're actually servicing. The very first step we took with this website was to get an exact match domain. What is an exact match domain? Exact match domain basically means you're including the core service plus city that you render in naming the domain itself. The reason being that Google loves this kind of domain, and they are able to signal that you're local to the area, because basically your domain includes the core service plus city that you render, and it's easier for you to build links to this domain because it has an exact match anchor, and Google would not penalize you because exactly that's what your domain is. I'm going to show you exactly what this means going forward. The second step we took was give Google signals about what our website in its entirety is all about. And how do we do this? Is by including the core service plus the city we render in the title tag. This basically gives Google an understanding of what our website is. Then the third step is you including it in the headline tag of the website. So you basically mention the core service you render, renderada plus related service and the city in the very first headline of your website page. Then the fourth step is you also including the core service plus the city in the very first paragraph just below the headline, and this covers this section here above the fold. The second section is the our service section. So in this section you want to include all of the related services that you offer. In our case it's replacement, repair, cleaning, and you briefly want to analyze each of the services such that the user who is coming on your website might have a context about what it is you offer, and also Google gets to know more about what you offer on your page. The third section is why they should choose this company. So in this section you want to kind of bridge the gap, authority and trust with your users. Because here you want to mention your processes from start to finish, from when someone calls you to when you go out and get the services done. Because in this section you want to include if you offer financing, if you're licensed, if you're insured, if you're veteran owned, if you're family owned, all of the markers that paints you as a very good and credible business. What's your team like? What kind of materials do you use? What areas do you service? Have you received awards of some sort? It is in this section you want to include all of the things that build trust with your users. And the second to last step that is a must and it's a non-negotiable is the frequently asked questions section. This basically is where you enhance your authority. People who are looking for your services online are also asking questions that would help them make informed decisions. When they're asking those questions, you want your website to be the one to answer these questions, to fulfill these questions for these users. You could basically use AI to come up with a list of these questions and then answer them as much as you can. Or you could leverage Google's existing database of questions from people who are actually searching for your services. So people who search for Got a Company in McKinney, Google is telling us that they are also asking these questions in this section they call people also ask. So whatever service it is you're rendering, basically enter it on Google and look for this section they call people also ask. You would have an idea of what people who are looking for your services are also asking. In the first case here, it says how much do goods cost on average in Texas. This is a bit generic because Texas is rather big and there are multiple cities in Texas. You really want to make the question focus to your area that you are targeting, in our case McKinney. You want to rephrase the question like how much do goods cost on average in McKinney, Texas? What is the best Got a Company in McKinney, Texas? How much got rent cost in McKinney, Texas? That's exactly how you really want to answer these queries such that it is local to the area that you're trying to target. And the last section you also want to include is the zip code. You want to include the zip code of the area you're trying to get rankings from. In our case it's McKinney. I want to have 5 zip codes here. What this does is basically help you show up for searches when people look for your services with a specific zip code. This is very prominent for when users are actually looking for contractors within a specified area that you're servicing. They really want to narrow down that search. So you want to appear for when people are able to actually search for these queries. They don't come on too often, but when they do, you want to appear in those search. And how do you do that is by basically including the zip codes on the home page of your website. And that covers the entirety of what made Google love this page and exactly how you can replicate the same system to build in your own. You can basically pause this and implement this step by step on how you can basically rank your own website. Then the next thing we did was get Google to trust this website. How well do we do this? Is by listing our website on local directories like Yelp, Angie's List, Bing Places, all of this. I have a list of over 400 local directories here where we listed this website and get Google to crawl and index all of these local directories. I didn't go out and fill this out myself. You can, but it's going to take you a lot of time. But if you have the time on your hands, it's okay. But if you don't, I recommend using the services of Mohammed Waheed. He's on Fiverr.com. He offers the service for $75 for 400 local directories, and you get a delivery within 7 business days with the links to all of the directories and the username you use in creating them. So basically, this is going to save you a lot of time, save you a lot of energy, while you focus on other things that helps rank your website. So that's all we spent: $75 for local citations and $15 for the domain name. Less than $100, we're able to generate 16 qualified leads right here. The average price of getting a lead in the Got a industry is anywhere between $100 to $200. So let's take the very least, $100. So the Notepad also generates 16 qualified leads from people filling out this form. Mind you, people who are filling out this form here, right here, that's around $1,600 if we were to run ads specific for this specific leads right here. There were things within the Woody's website that would have doubled or tripled the number of leads that we got. The first thing is have an active phone number. Hence, we didn't report how many persons actually called in because we didn't have an active phone number as at the case study, as at when we did the case study of this website. So having a phone number would have doubled the number of leads. Reason being that people who are looking for services locally are looking for the contractor to come to their home to get that service done within the hour or within the same business day. They don't want to fill out a form that takes forever to get responded to. So hence, if we had an active phone number on this website, it is easier for people to call in and speak with somebody just immediately. The other thing that would have helped us build the topical authority and thus show up for more searches in Google is get each of these related services that we offer on a dedicated page. What do I mean by this? Gutter cleaning will have its own separate page that talks about gutter cleaning alone in McKinney. Gutter repair will have its own separate standalone page that talks about just repairs. And with this, it builds authority. It allows us rank for multiple queries. It allows us rank for multiple queries within the gutter repair sphere. So this will help us rank ultimately. If you look at the map of McKinney right here, we could service all of the nearby locations within 5 to 20 mile radius: Lowry Crossing, New Hope, Roland, Prosper. We could basically service all of these cities, all of these surrounding cities on our website, and also have a higher chance to rank there and also get leads from these places. These are the basic things within the Woody's website that would have basically helped us rank way higher than Google. It's rank way higher than Google. And this is the structure you have to expect if we were to actually do this. So since we have the main gutter installation website, we would have the service website right here. Let me expand this a bit. So on the service offering, we'll have dedicated standalone page for each of these services. So gutter replacement will have its own page, gutter repair its own page, as well as all of these other ones have its own dedicated page. Then if we're creating the location-based pages for all of the surrounding locations right here, we'll have Allen, Prosper, Princeton, New Hope, Fairview, assuming there are 5 locations anyway. Then each of these locations too will also have their core services that they render, just like we did for the main query itself, just like we did for this main query itself here. So each of these locations, we go ahead and have all of these pages too. Gutter replacement in Allen, gutter repair in Allen, gutter cleaning in Allen, gutter guard installation in Allen, gutter guard repair in Allen. And you repeat this for multiple cities, for all of the multiple cities as an inner page. At the end of the day, you will start having a spiral web of content all over your website that builds authority overall, and thus link back to the main service hub and then to the home page itself. So it gives Google more context about what your website is all about. Then the second thing, the second step would have to actually get our rankings even way better and build this authority with Google, and that gives us the difference between ranking position number 3 and position number 1 right here. So after we've nailed everything about the home page, all of the location pages, all of the related service pages, all dialed in, and we are still stuck on position number 3 right here, Google does not really trust us that much. So we need to force Google to understand that, okay, we are a trustworthy website. The best way we can do this is to get people to mention us. So take for example, you go into an interview and you have 5 to 20 persons within that interview board already know you. They already know exactly the kind of work you do, and they're able to vouch for you. You really need not say much in order for you to land that specific gig. That's exactly how Google works. You need more authority websites, high authority websites to mention you. The more quality the website is, the better you're able to rank on Google, and the more trust that Google gives to your website. The basic one that gives you a basic trust of your website is via a press release. A press release usually is a newsworthy article that you put out on behalf of your business. It will leverage the SEO benefits because it guarantees us over 400 websites mentioning our local business, and it's very cheap. For just $70 you get over 450 websites mentioning our local businesses, including Fox, NBC, CBS media outlets, and this gets you started. And if you're still stuck on maybe position 3 or position 2, You still need high quality backlinks, and here is where my local SEO mentor comes in, Jackie Cho. He offers niche edits and local guest posts, very high quality. Where just one link here costs anywhere between $74 to $90 for local guest post, and $90 to $95 for niche edits. And if you're able to do this and crack this down maybe once a month or twice in a month, this could basically improve your domain authority. And once your domain authority is improved, combined with the content you have all siloed and allows Google to see and crawl them, importantly, you're definitely going to outrank most of your competitors, and you would stay there because of the number of links you're having. They cannot certainly beat it. Like I told you earlier on before, when you are ranking your website for specific search on Google, there are markers why you should use an exact match domain. And the reason being that because the number of backlinks that are pointing to that your specific domain, you are allowed to use an exact match anchor, because that's exactly what your domain specifies. So it kind of signals Google that trust that you need for your website to rank. Unlike when you have a generic domain and you're trying to target exact match anchors. If we look at our backlink profile right here, you will see the anchors that are pointing to it. Sometimes it's a branded anchor where you use the website that are basically pointing to it. Okay, as you can see here, these are branded anchors. Gotas McKinney. All of these are links that are pointing to it already. You can see most of them are even already removed, but it still sends signals and points you to Google, and you get more results from this. All of these are branded anchors, so you have all of the websites linking back to your main home page. And the anchors, if you look at the anchors that are really very common, is the domain anchor right here and the website anchor. These are the very common ones, and Google tends to trust this. So that's exactly why we use an exact match domain, because of the number of links that are pointing to the home page. Google tends to rank this page better than any other one. So that concludes all with it to get this website ranked. And for you, all of the upgraded things we've added, including the local citations, press release, indexing, and content creation, all of this gets us around $224 to get our website running. So I've walked you through exactly how you can do this for your main website. You don't need to have a single page like mine. You need to have a full-blown authority website that gives Google more context and helps you rank better, and you show up for multiple searches, and thus you get more leads. I specified how you should model your own page, what pages to add, what not to add, and how you should link out your website. So assuming you're saving maybe 9 cities, that is $2,000 investment. Most likely that's what you spend on ads every single month. I'm not saying you should kill the ads entirely. If they're working for you, keep doing them. But you want to channel a bit of that cash flow that comes in as profit into building this SEO lead gen site, one per city, and you're definitely going to outrank, because of we've mentioned how Google is able to simply rank the home page of websites way more than big companies like Yelp, because of the number of links that are pointing to it, and Google tends to prioritize this page. So it brings us to this, our micro site strategy. So you basically dominate each of the locations that you service with an individual domain, and you're definitely going to crush your market. So imagine getting maybe 1 or 2 leads from each of these domains. Let's say you have 10 locations that you service, and you're able to get 1 to 2 leads from each of these locations. That's anywhere between 10 to 20 leads within a couple of months, and that is completely free. You don't have to spend hours to get that, and this keeps coming month after month, so long you keep fueling the SEO effort. So you could basically go out and do this bare bone for your website, do this for all of your businesses, and you start getting rankings. I've shown you the blueprint, I've given you the template on how to rank this website, exactly where to get the backlinks, exactly where to get the citations, exactly the kind of press release to use, where to get the press release really very cheap, the King News Wire plan, the premium plan, real very cheap. Or if you're still not confident that you can do this yourself, that is where we come in. We can basically help you build out all of the site structure. We have the expertise, we have the experience, we've done a case study, we've shown you live how this works. In addition to this, we don't just build and vanish, we stay with you long term. We help you rank and optimize your Google business profile, because all of the links that we are building, all of the content we are building, help further strengthen your Google business profile. But there is a technicality to it, and that's exactly what we bring to the table. And aside from that, we also help you with automated review collection so that when you fulfill a service with your clients, you don't have to keep repeating and asking them to leave reviews for you. We have an AI automated sequence that goes out and reminds the customer to leave a positive review on your behalf. We set up a missed call test back function for your website such that when someone calls you and you're unavailable, they get automatically texted back. But such that it prevents them from calling other businesses, and this helps you keep the lead to yourself. And we stay on top of Google's updates and algorithm changes and implement them ethically on your website. So most local businesses pay anywhere between $500 to $2,000 per month for SEO service that takes 6 months to work. Our approach gets you visibility faster and cost way less. The bottom line, you have three choices. You can keep paying for ads that stop working the second you turn them off, stay invisible and watch your customers and watch your competitors take your customers, or invest $224 and start showing up where customers are actually looking. The homeowner section right now don't care about your story. They care about finding someone fast. Make sure that someone is you. You have a link in the description of this video for you to book an audit call. Let's see exactly if we're a good fit and how we can work together. If you stayed so far to the end of this video, I thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel for all upcoming videos. And if you have questions, leave them in the comment section and I'll see you in the next video.